Hi, friends. Welcome back again. If I'm a little pinker than last time, it's because I just fucking drank a beatbox, but it's okay. We're gonna keep the fucking good times going. You guys just saw Marissa, hopefully last week. And now this week we are bringing in her partner, baby daddy, if you will, Vic.
Partner in crime, you know what I mean?
But what's your full name? I always feel like an asshole when I introduce people by the name I know them and I don't even know their full name.
Nah, you're good, dude. I'm fucking so bad with names. Faces, I'll be like, fuck, I know you. I fucking know you. But then I'll be like, I don't know your name. Sorry. They'll be like, Vic, what's up, dude? I'm like, yo, what's good, fam? You know? But, so my name's Victor Rodriguez, Vic for short. We don't go by government names because, you know, like, if we hear that, then we're in trouble. You know what I mean?
Who's next?
So Vic, yeah, legit. I'm
Victor
like,
Rodriguez.
I think my girl only called me by my full name once, and
what happened after?
Oh, we PG.
Oh man. Well, welcome, Victor. What do you prefer, Victor or Vic?
It don't matter. I'll respond. It's cool.
Whatever.
You know,
cool.
whatever. It's all good.
Well, when I asked you guys what you wanted to drink, you were like, surprise me. And I was like, fuck.
Yeah, I was like, fuck it, full send it. It's cool. I don't mind it.
I could get this wrong. But I was like, the last time that I drank with you guys, there was Twisted Teas.
Yeah.
I also asked Little Bird, and then he helped me out. He was like, yeah, Twisted Teas. Okay, sick. So I found something that...
Love it.
I don't know if you tried, but I saw it and I was like, I've never tried these before. It's Twisted Tea Extreme.
What the hell?
Right? And I'm like, what makes it fucking extreme? And I think it's just that it's 8% and not 5.
It says lemon on it.
Yes.
I don't think I've ever tried that flavor, to be honest.
Lemon?
If I'm gonna be real.
Isn't that just the regular iced tea?
I don't think so.
Well, there's also Blue Raz.
I was about to say that. It says Blue Raz on yours.
I never tried that shit either.
What the hell?
Okay, pick
I tried like Rocket Pop No Diddy. Right, and like peach, half and half, and like regular, but I don't think regular is lemon.
Neither of these.
But I mean, damn. Well, what kind of beatbox did you have? I'll just say that.
Well, I tried her watermelon one, the fresh watermelon.
It was just gas, but I stay away from that because somebody got to stay sober.
Bro, I didn't even finish it, but I want to because it's good. But I know I shouldn't.
Yeah, that's. I'll go with the lemon because the lemon kind of caught my attention. I'm not gonna lie, it did catch my attention.
What's the half and half going on here?
It did catch my attention, you know.
All right,
but you know, like wipe your cans because you don't know what walked on it.
The one that sticks in my head is that there's rats in the warehouse of a cook camp facility. Is that what we all remember when we clean it?
All right, if y'all only wipe this part right here, you eat ass. You know what I'm saying? Your lip goes on this, okay? You gotta wipe this part too.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
I guess I eat ass.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, I eat ass too, you know, but you eat different types of ass.
All right.
Damn.
Fuck, I love that sound.
You love to hear that when it's like a long, long day.
After a long day, something it does, it releases some shit.
I don't know. It kind of tastes like the normal one, so I could be tripping.
Tastes like a fucking beatbox. Honestly, some of this shit tastes the same. You want to try it?
Yeah, we'll swap.
Try blue. I'll try lemon. Kind of tastes like a...
Yes, some weirdo. I smelled it.
I like the lemon better. I'm not gonna lie.
The Blue Raz, low-key, kind of tastes like the beatbox.
It tastes exactly like the beatbox.
Tastes like
I was like, it's another watered-down Jello shot. It's a big-ass Jello shot.
I hear... I hear blue or I see blue in a drink and I'm like, fuck, that's adios, bro.
Oh, that's true.
Oh my God, me and my girl has a crazy story. But you know what? We'll get to that later. You know, whenever it pulls up.
I want to hear it.
Oh my God, dude. So long story short, we went out and it was one of my employees that I used to work at a different store that I used to manage. And she was like, yo, come out for my birthday, whatever. I was like, all right, cool. I was like, can I bring my girl? She's like, yeah, of course. Say less. We're out there. We went out to club, whatever it's called, Reserve, out in LA. Mm-hmm. Shit's only open for 4 hours, which is fucking stupid.
4 hours.
I was like, hey, yo, we got to make it worth it.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Pulled up, went to the bar immediately. Mm-hmm. Straight was like, yo, we're going to get some adioses and just call it a fucking night. We got like 4, okay?
What,
not each? Nah.
I was like, how'd you make it home?
Each. Oh my God. Okay. We'll get there. All right. We had 4 adioses. 2 and 2. We slammed one at the bar, gave it to him, took the other one, went out, danced, chilling. We're like, yo, down for round 2. Did the same shit twice. All right, twice, all within like an hour. All right, and we're like, cool, we're vibing.
Oh no.
We went back. We slammed the third one. Technically, went back. We had the fourth one. We're chilling. She was twerking, doing her thing. I was like, "Hey, go slow, go." And whatever. We're vibing, and then immediately, like, she was like, "I'm done," and I was like, "Yeah," and like, mind you, this shit's only open for like 4 hours, right?
Damn,
So I was
this
like,
is
"All
the
right,
first
whatever."
hour?
I was like, "All right, whatever." Like, we're maybe like 2.5 in, and to be honest, I don't even remember like what happened to who we went with. Like, I remember who they are and who we went with, but like, to be honest, I blacked out.
Oh shit.
And it's so funny that they went to that club because it was like hip hop and they were like whitewashed. So they were like, country music.
Not about the scene.
Yeah, but they were vibing still,
I mean,
But I think they were like waiting for like some, baby, lock them doors and turn them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I was like, I don't know, but whatever. They vibed it.
You might not get that here.
And oh my god, dude, she was so lit. So she was like, all right, cool, whatever. Like right when we were leaving, I was like, yeah, like I'm cool. Like we'll get to the car. Like I'll slam a couple chips, and I'm,
No,
give me
we're
like,
good to go.
yeah, 30 minutes, I'm straight. I'm all like high and tidy and shit, thinking I'm big bad. I'm like, cool, we'll make it home. Like, hey God, me again. So whatever, dude. I hit outside. Wind hit me. Done. I was done. I don't even know how we got to the car.
This is the last thing you remember.
That's the last thing I remember.
Walking out that fucking door.
My mama come and pick me up.
No.
I had my mama come pick me up.
Actually?
Yeah, it was my mom. And like, thank God for my Theo. He knows like all LA. Shout out. He was just like, oh, what do you see around you type shit. And he was like, I know where you are. Don't trip.
That's so funny. Yo, I want somebody like
Straight
that.
Up, I was like,
come find me.
That was my personal GPS. He was my tracker before tracker. So we were just so slammed. Mom? I don't even know anymore. Like,
well, I guess
I don't even remember. I just remember like leaving the club and just fucking out cold. Like Mother Nature said,
good night.
Good night.
And then you woke up the next day.
Yeah. Oh my God. I woke up, like I got home and like they were all telling me everything. And I was like, oh my God, like, well, we're home. So I don't think I've drank adios ever since then, to be honest.
So that was the last time?
Yeah, that was like one of the last times. And you know what? Like I'm very particular with like smell. And like,
so I've heard.
Yeah. Me and my son are the same way. She's the same way too, bless her heart, because she understands, but yeah, like for me that night, like I wore a specific cologne and I can't wear that cologne ever again.
Triggered.
Like I'm like,
just like the way people I'm over here like, smell like Fireball.
Yeah, exactly. So like I smell that shit, I'm like,
oh no, did you like it?
What?
It's like a fucking
the cologne. I mean, it was cool. Like I feel like I have lotions that have like manly scents to it, so I feel like that's just like a plus for me. You know what I mean? Plus, like I feel like I don't know, like some colognes like give me like how can I say it? Like I react to it in a weird way. I don't know.
Oh yeah, allergic reaction.
Yeah, there you go.
Shit doesn't work.
I don't know.
I
had a fart.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't wear that shit ever again. I threw that shit out.
Fuck, that's crazy. I mean, they don't call it adios for no fucking reason.
Nah, I was definitely adios.
I think we're even calling out to God, adios, please.
I wouldn't even just say just adios. Like AMF for sure. Like you, like motherfucker was like it definitely hit hard. Like it definitely hit hard. But yeah, that was one of the craziest days. At least one of our nights, and it was funny because I think like I don't even know how old Masen was.
Was this early on?
Yeah, this was early on.
Was this fucking pandemic?
Yeah.
Party?
Hell yeah.
That's crazy. I'm trying to remember what parties were even like back then.
I don't even know. I don't even like thinking about it. Like, damn, we've done so much shit together in like such a short period of time that it's kind of hard to like think back. And
COVID does kind of seem like yesterday, like it was last year, like, damn, not 4 years ago.
We really went through that.
Like, all of us as a people.
Who'd have thought?
The fuck, and we're fine. People didn't eat each other, and like
I'm like, dude, we had a whole ass kid during that. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, look at you guys.
Yeah. And I was the only one that caught it. Ain't that some bullshit? Ain't that some bullshit? Like, so like, at least for job for me, I work at Coffee Bean Manager. Why the fuck we're considered essential workers? I don't fucking know. But
what do you mean?
I was like,
I am your first.
I was like,
customer.
go to the market.
Make. Your
I was like, if anything,
coffee.
like I was so close to make like a whole ass tutorial and be like, here, Go home. Like, handle your biz. I got you.
Yo, there was a ramen spot that literally sold ramen kits to people because they kept trying to
That's
order and they were like,
crazy.
make this shit at your house.
Bro, Costco does
here."
that now.
Ramen kits?
No, like, they're not ramen kit. Oh, yeah, kit. Yeah.
Well, kits
like,
in general.
No, they have like a whole ass like bowl. I seen it and I was like,
they're taking over the world. Yo, some of their shit's pretty bomb though. We're going off track. Wait,
love that.
wait.
I love it.
So do I. This is great, but I'm a little too buzzing. I don't want to because I could easily go off a track.
I'm not thirsty. It just tasted good. Sorry.
I want to hear your story though. Like, where'd you grow up? What's your family like? What has been your existence up until this point?
Valley.
Uh-huh.
Anyone. I feel like everyone that you met, legit, it's all just been family love, really. Family love, Valley love. Shout out Buller, shout out Caesar. Caesar for sure, definitely seen the ins and outs, at least of my family. He knows like all the ways, vice versa. But damn, like, yeah, definitely Valley raised, Valley born. I was a Holy Cross. That was my hospital, if I'm not mistaken. That's about all I remember, to be honest. But yeah, for sure, Valley raised, Panorama Van Nuys. That's just been home. That's been home.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because like there's always a big argument whether if it's like Panorama's the heart of the city, Van Nuys is the heart of the city, like whichever way.
I almost want to say they're one and the same.
I know. I feel like, to be honest, they should just be one city.
Yeah.
No offense, don't come for me, dog.
Is that how people think of like San Fernando?
Exactly.
And Silmar?
Yeah. I feel like
they're so close.
But I mean, I feel like I don't know. I feel like San Fernando, I feel like to me is bigger, in my opinion. But maybe just because like I haven't like I've been all around the valley, but I feel like I haven't been like in specific sections for too long to really get to know.
I mean, by all technicality, we are all the San Fernando Valley.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just like, don't diverse, you know what I mean? Like, just
we're all brown people living in the valley.
Time,
that's why I love saying the valley.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no specifics. Like, yes, there's specifics and shit, but in the end, we're all the same kind of group. We're very different from fucking Los Feliz and all that shit down there.
And shit like that. Like, I have people come all the time to my job and they're like, "Oh yeah, we came from the valley." I'm like, "Shut the fuck up."
What coffee bean?
Toluca Lake.
Oh, tell me what you see. Tell me what grinds your fucking gears.
Everything. I'm like fucking everything. I feel like they grind my gears more than I grind coffee. No cap.
Damn.
I swear to God. But hey, you know what? Love my team. Shout out y'all too. I'm pretty sure they won't see this unless I show them, but love. Y'all give me fucking headaches and gray hair already, but yeah, definitely Toluca Lake. That wasn't my home store. I was actually you know what? Coffee Bean was like the first food store I've ever had. I never thought I'd work in some shit like that. But I was definitely in the trenches back when I was younger.
When did you start?
2018. Been there since.
How old are you?
Huh?
How old are you?
27.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, pushing 30. Fuck. I know. I feel my joints cracking. Nah, but yeah, I actually lied on my resume for application.
What'd you lie about?
I told them I was fully available.
Were you not?
Definitely not.
Why?
I was working like 2 different jobs.
Oh, doing what else?
I was like doing random shit, to be honest. Just like trying to catch up on debt, bills. Yeah.
At fucking that age, where were you in debt from? Fuck were you spending? Who gave you a credit card?
I didn't even have a credit card. That was the bitch part. I was in debt with some other shit. But you know what? Like Coffee Bean saved me back in the day, but that's why I'm here. Love y'all. But anyways, yeah, Valley raised for sure. I feel like I feel like I was always like in LA some parts, you know, Southgate.
Do you ever live?
Just like friends and stuff like that. Nah. When I was a little younger, I know my dad lived out there, but I was young. I really didn't know like transportation and stuff like that. I just took like random buses, like to be honest, and got lost. And just
those are good times though.
Yeah, when I was younger, definitely got in trouble though. Luckily, like Apple tracking was the fucking thing back in the day because I would have been fucked.
I know.
Yeah, my mom. Where the fuck you going? My mom knew. My mom knew I was always into some shit though. Like it's funny. Like she always knew. But shout out moms, you know, like always looking out for me and shit like that.
So are you closer with your mom than your dad?
Oh yeah, definitely. Dad deceased.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. But it was definitely harder when I was younger because I didn't really know and understand it. Even now, like I feel like I'm still
13.
Yeah, I was 13. But I felt like regardless, like he really wasn't in my life.
Mm.
You know, shout out Pops still, you know, because at the end
Yeah.
of the day, Pops, moms is moms.
Gave you
like,
life.
I wouldn't be, yeah, exactly. I wouldn't be here. I
Mhm.
try to think of it that way.
Yeah.
But I know, like, deep down, like, I still have, like, inner hate for, like, everyone. You know, like, I feel like everyone has inner hate, you know, and we all go through our own shit.
Yeah.
And that's what makes us people, you know what I mean?
Well, it's a lot of rage. A lot of rage of the shit that we're, like, either tried to, like, scream out when we were younger, but we couldn't, so it's still in there.
Yeah.
That bitch didn't come out.
Yeah,
And it comes in different
exactly.
forms. I don't know. I'm also uncovering.
I was, like, so violent when I was young. And I feel like now,
Mm.
I feel like I feel bad for, like Marissa, for instance, you know, like my girl, I know she wants to go out, I know she wants to do shit, and I'm just like, fuck, I already done shit like this. Like, I feel like I'm at an age where I'm just like, I know I'm young, I can do a lot, but I feel like I'm just like working on the grind.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Especially now because of Masen.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just like, I would rather like work a 9 to 5. Like, even if I come home, like, I'm just home. You know, like, as long as like, as long as there's a roof,
good.
yeah, as long as there's a roof over like my family's head, like
Mhm.
my actual little family, and like he has clothes, he has food, like everyone's fed. Like, I don't give a fuck what we do. Like, I can chill home all day, every day. Like, I can watch this.
I think that's why people like to go out, because they think like grass is greener on the other side, but it's like,
I feel like some people do run away from some problems. You know what I mean? And
it's a vice in a way.
yeah, exactly. It does help.
It gives you dopamine. It's fun.
Like me,
There's
like
nothing wrong with it.
like me, like I remember when I was younger, like the gym was like the gym, you know.
Mm.
But at the end of the day, like gym does help. You get aggression out, but at the end of the day, you still have problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you still have
You
problems.
gotta work through it.
Like, fuck, you be pumping iron and you still coming back to some shit.
And you're still mad.
Yeah. You coming home like, fuck, this is why it went. You know what? Let me go back. You know, like, you know what I mean? But
how do you process your feelings and your emotions, or no?
Fuck, you know what? Like now, I've grown. I've grown. And it was tough when I was younger. I balled in a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And even now, like, I feel like I still have like anger in me.
Mm-hmm.
But with everything that's going on, at least now.
Is it just like anger at your environment, or anger at
I think it's like
someone?
I think it's like anger at everything, to be honest. Because like for me, I'm not perfect. You know what I mean? No one's perfect. Anyone you could say no one's perfect. You know what I mean? But it comes to a point where like you can only deal with some shit, you know, some shit for so long. I feel like I was always middleman, no matter what, in my family. And I always had to deal with some shit somehow, some way. And I'm like, fuck, like, bro, like, I'm the youngest. You got to deal with my shit, if anything. You know what I mean?
Isn't that crazy? The people, it's like a curse and a blessing.
Yeah, no, yeah.
That we have the bandwidth to be able to take on some shit and be like, what are you doing?
And it's not even like we're taking it on. It's just like, I feel like it's like no choice, you know? Because I feel like for me, like for me, household is like whatever happens in household stays in household. And Caesar knows. You know what I mean? And like, even like my girl, like she knows, like, and she's like, she gets frustrated by that. And I'm just like, look, like whatever stays in this house, it's like Vegas. Like whatever happens out there, it stays out there. You know what I mean? Like, but in this case, it's like
a safe space. Yeah, and it stays in the fucking
exactly.
Safe place.
That's like Taco Tuesdays. You know,
Taco
and
Tuesday.
you know Taco Tuesdays. Shout out Taco Tuesdays, fam. You know,
I low key want to have a Taco Tuesday on here.
You know, that'd be fucked.
That would be loud.
You would need a fucking big ass table. You know how long this shit would be? This shit would be like a day. People got issues.
It'd be its own it'd be its
not
own
even its
series.
episode. It'd be like part 1, 2, 3, 4 until we're done. You know what I mean?
Which is till we're done.
Yeah, until we're done. Like even if we go 1 by 1 or 2 by 2, 3 by 3, whatever. But I mean, yeah, like my household was a trip. My household was a trip. It was very toxic.
Do you have siblings?
Oh yeah. Excuse me. Older brother, 9 months. I mean, sorry. Damn, that's crazy. 9 years apart. I was like, damn, 9 months. no shot to you, mom. No shot to you, mom. You know what I mean? But yeah, older brother, 9 years apart. Middle sister, older sister, 6 years apart. So like for me,
kind of a big gap.
Definitely a big gap. For me, I don't think I understood it more until I have a kid, as to why maybe she gapped it a little bit, especially because of how fucked my siblings are. No offense, but you guys are pieces of shit. Love y'all. Love some of y'all. Sorry.
Yeah.
But like it's just I think I was like the quietest, loudest one, if that makes sense. Like when I spoke, you knew.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, like I just kept myself, like, cause seeing how he grew up, seeing how she grew up, seeing what he went through, seeing what she went through, I saw everything. And I think that's what kind of molded me a little bit too.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it was tough because I know, like, for instance, my brother and my sister definitely got it the worst with my father.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't really around my father, so I didn't understand what was going on. I was young, so I always wanted a father, but shit didn't happen. You know, I know my mom and dad divorced. I think when I was like very young.
Okay, so he was still in the house while they were.
I wouldn't say that he was still in the house. He was definitely coming and going.
Okay.
He did have like his side of the family that lived in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck them all, to be honest. Like fully disrespectfully. Sorry. Not sorry.
Did they not like even try to reach out to you guys?
I have like my godparents that are on his side that I've never seen in my life. And I'm like, you know, and like off topic, but like we do have a godmother for my son, but we don't have a godfather. And I told her, I was like, I'm gonna pick my godfather. But for me, I just like I never wanted to have like a godfather that was like blood. Cause I'm just like, I feel like if you're blood, you should just be already blood. You should just be there regardless for family. You know what I mean?
And I never got the godfather, godmother thing. I was like, wait, what? So
me neither. So that's why
just like
I
when
made
you die, they take care of the kids?
I wouldn't say they take care of your kids. I would just say like they're always going to be there. You know what I mean? It's like a second option, in my opinion. I don't know because I don't.
I feel you because I guess I don't get it. I'm like, I don't need a ceremony for you. Why do I need a ceremony for you to know that you're going to be there?
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like if you're there, you're there. You're not. You're not. Like it is what it is.
Yeah.
But overall, I think like I probably only saw like my father's side's mother, like my other grandma, like once, and that was like during his funeral.
Oh.
And like I remember she came to me specifically asking me like if I needed anything and this and that. And I was like respectfully, I was like, just go back to Florida. You don't need to be here.
Yeah.
I was like, if you want a piece of him, like you could have been out here for God knows how long, or you could have come to see me. Like I'm not gonna ask for a handout. And like and like she had actually hit the lotto. Like back in the way back in the day, but like it was like a small lotto, but still a lotto.
But still,
yeah, a lotto.
Some shit.
I'm like, girl, I didn't get a fucking gift card. Like I was like, damn. Like fuck, not even like yo, happy birthday. You know, like fuck, I would have taken that. You know what I mean? At least show your presence. But yeah, no, I didn't get any of that. So like respectfully, I just really not even respectfully, I just don't fuck with them, to be honest. Like
yeah, they didn't put in the effort, and so you have no connection.
Exactly. But I mean, again, like I didn't know what was going on behind closed doors. Of course, like. Whatever it may have been with my mom and that family, like that's their issues. That's not my issues. I mean, it's still technically my issues because that's my mom, but you know.
But I understand what you mean because it's like for the parents and the adults, for them to have problems, and then it's like you still punish the children. It's crazy.
Exactly.
It's crazy. How can you even fucking do that? Like, and I have an uncle that I don't really fuck with in Guatemala. It's hard.
For me, it's so easy to just pick up and dip. Like not run away.
It's easy.
Like for me, I don't mean that in the context of like running away from my issues. I just mean it as in like, if I gotta better my life, I'm gonna better my life.
Oh, okay. Oh,
in a sense, you know, exactly.
Real quick.
And that's the biggest thing that I would say like my family fears for me, because if you're family, it doesn't matter for me if you're family. Like I'll cut you off.
Well, yeah, they shouldn't be fearful. If they're fearful, then there's something wrong already.
Exactly.
So they get one.
Yeah, exactly. So that's my part. But my mom knows.
Yeah.
My mom knows like I'm that type. And she knows like even like to my mom, like she knows like I'll love her forever to the end of fucking death. Like till I'm 6 feet under with her. Like she knows like if I have to do it, I'll have to do it. Like because at the end of the day, like it'd be different if I didn't have a little family that I had, you know what I mean? Of course, I want them in my life, but I'm not going to beg someone to be in my life, you know what I mean? If you want to be with my son, or you want to see me, or you want to see Marissa, like, make it known. You know what I mean? Like, don't just be, like, and she calls me from time to time, and, you know, I'll see her from time to time, which is cool.
Does she live? She lives in Panorama.
We fucking live like 10 minutes away. It's like 5 minutes away. If
And
anything.
how often do you guys see each other?
Oh, like very rarely. Yeah.
Is it just because it's weird?
I
if
think
you
there's
guys
just because
really
there's
wanna-
like a off topic, but like bad blood that happened recently.
Okay.
That like was like kind of traumatic for at least like not me, but like my family, and that's what made me needed to exclude myself. Cause me personally, I wouldn't give a fuck. Like I would have just fuck it every day, homie. Like. And it was with my siblings, you know what I mean? And for me, I'm just like why are you gonna act like that? Like at the end of the day, like we're blood, and I'm gonna see you eventually. You know what I mean? And it's just like I'm not one. I know at this age and time to just pick and choose my fights, because especially now, like having a son, having my family, I'm like I gotta come back to something. And it's even worse now because now I'm like. I was very prideful, as any man can be. Any man can say they have pride. I don't give a fuck if you say like, oh, like you have pride, bro. Like we have fucking our balls, we have our pride that we fucking strive on. Yeah. But at the end of the day, like we're not gonna admit it. Like we're just gonna show it, and that's what's fucked. Especially with this new generation is something. I feel like this new generation is just like really trying to make a name for themselves, but just because of how they were raised.
I feel like people don't process their pride.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
They just let that shit run wild.
But that's the issue though. Like you gotta understand, like this new generation is from us, and look how we were raised. Like we were raised fucking like, nah, fuck you, homie. Let's throw our ones. Let's throw our ones.
Yeah, and they're just a little bit amplified.
Yeah, exactly. Now they're like, if they're just you, but worse. And now you're seeing it, but now you're just like, no, yeah, throw your one. But at the same time, you're like, no, like, why are you acting like that?
Like one or two.
Exactly.
There's a happy medium somewhere.
Exactly. So, like, for me, it's just like, if it wasn't for Marissa, to be honest, like I was not gonna lie, like in the beginning, it was hard for me with Masen. Like, it was really hard, but that's just because I was raised. So I'm still trying to break like generational curses for me.
Raised how? Like, how were you raised?
Like,
that you
for
weren't
me,
used to?
like, yeah, I didn't have my father, but I was like, my mom was on my ass. Like on
so
my
like if you
ass.
weren't in line with
if
shit,
I wasn't in line, like even though like my siblings can say whatever the fuck they want, but she was on my ass. Whether she fucking it was like it could have been a smack, it could have been a beat, like it could have been anything, and like she was just on my ass. You know what I mean? Like any little thing that I did or like she didn't fuck with, she was like, all right, it's cool. Like wait until we get back home. You know, I'm not gonna like you're gonna like unless I embarrassed her like in public. You know,
I'd be scared for my life.
That's when the government name came out, and you knew like fuck.
Yeah.
Like should I just take it now or should I we just do it later? Like shit.
That's some shit.
But
dog.
I mean, like, there's no excuse to how you act. You know what I mean? Like, everyone will find an excuse, but at the end of the day, like, everyone does go through trauma, of course, and it does depict on your actions and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's like you chose those actions for a reason. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit here and lie and be like, oh, I didn't have a father figure. I don't know how to act. Like, yeah, like, part of it could be that. But at the same time, like, there were still men around the house. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, were they pieces of shit? Like, yeah. But it's hard because, of course, like, still, like, you don't know what's right from wrong. And I feel like I always went the wrong way as to why, like, maybe I ended up the way I ended up.
What
you know what I mean?
What's the wrong way?
Well, I mean, for me, I just felt like I turned to a lot of like drugs, alcohol when I was younger, just because, like, yeah, it's comfort, exactly. And that's why, like, now I'm just like, man, I don't want to do none of that shit. Like, I'm cool.
You know what you're gonna get out of it, which is not much benefit.
I've done the hard, I've done the worst, like, and I think what really like got me out of it, to be honest, was after I think it was after my father's passing. And it was hard. Like, even still to this day, I think back to that day, and like I remember like his whole memorial, his whole funeral. Well, actually, it wasn't even really a funeral. It was like a memorial where you go see the body, you say goodbye. He did get cremated. I had his ashes for like ever. But I think they just, like, my siblings, like, allowed me to have his ashes just because, like, they felt bad for me in a way. Because I just...
Did it hit you the most out of all of them?
I didn't even cry, to be honest.
You didn't cry?
Yeah, and I think that's what fucks me up now.
Why
I'm just
didn't
like,
you cry?
To be honest, I don't know.
Were you in shock?
I don't know if I was just more in shock or if I didn't know who I was crying for.
You're like, what am I mourning?
Yeah. I'm just like, I'm mourning for someone who gave me life, and I respect that. But at the end of the day, like, I felt like I was there more for, like, my siblings.
Out of respect.
Yeah. And
because it was your duty.
And they still give me shit for that. Well, I mean, not my
What,
sister does. Yeah, my sister did.
For like not crying.
Yeah, they're like, "What the fuck? Like,
Oh,
you
that's
okay?"
good.
And I'm like, "Yeah."
I don't know.
I'm, like, I'm young.
I think.
I hope so. You know, but yeah, you know, like for me, I it was tough because again, like really, the only father figure that was like closest to me was like my brother, and I feel like part of me is like the way I am because of him, good and bad. Because at the end of the day, like I know he tried to do his best when he was younger, at least to treat me a certain way, and he had to be father figure, you know, which I respect. Because now I'm older, I understand it, I see it, and it was tough, you know, for him.
Yeah,
especially
he could have been like, fuck,
yeah, he could have been just like, fuck you,
this,
you know.
I'ma
I mean,
bye
like,
bye.
but it was still hard because, of course, like, fuck, like I was, what, I don't even know, like, he was already having his whole ass family, but I was still in elementary. Like, he started his family young. I think he had his first kid when he was like 17, 18. Motherfucker's grown now, and I feel old as fuck. I already feel old already, and I'm like, fuck, I feel even older.
We're not even 30
I know,
yet.
and that's what's fuck. Because like my first nephew was when I was like maybe like 4th grade. And
Fourth grade.
Even to this day, I think like me and my brother connected a lot because I really like opened up to him a lot when I was younger. Just because like I was always like no shade. I was always jealous of my little nephew just because like he had that father figure with somebody that I felt like I always wanted. You know what I mean?
And you didn't have that like
and I didn't
backbone
have that
behind you.
Exactly. And I was like, damn, like I always felt like ashamed of being like jealous, but at the same time it's like you can't, you know, in my head I was like, fuck, like, you know, and I told my brother
the shame of the natural feelings that just come about.
And I told
you.
my brother, I was like, respectfully, like, I'm sorry, like, you know, I had to distance myself a little bit just because like I had to recollect myself, just because at the end of the day, like I can't break that. I'm not saying that I would have.
No.
But you know, I was just
like,
the fact
that you
like,
have that self-awareness is amazing already. A lot of people don't fucking have
exactly.
that.
And it was tough for me younger. Like I had to grow up faster. You know, everybody goes through shit specifically, so where they have to either A, grow up faster, or B, just learn a hard way, learn
like
easy
fight
ways.
through
Like,
it.
yeah, or fight through it. Like even when people have like handouts, they still gotta go through hardship. Like I never knock anyone's hustle, or I never knock anyone's like grind up. Because at the end of the day, like whether they had a handout, whether they had this, whether they came from a rich family, at the end of the day, some people have hardships, some people go through just different shit, some people go through depression, some people go through this. Like you never know what's going on behind closed doors. And for me, it's just like I'm just like, you know, I'm vibing all the time. Like really, like whoever comes in, I'm just like respectfully open arms.
Right.
Of course, like guard up because I just don't fucking know you.
I don't know you.
You know,
for
like
protection.
Don't get it twisted. Like it stayed on site just in case. You know what I mean? you know, but like you know, but at the end of the day, like it's always open arms. Like as long as you come in with respect, I'm gonna give you respect. And that was like one of the biggest things I was always just like mentally like just fucking branded in my brain, was just like always give respect to get respect. And then you know, that's come a long way even until now. And overall, like I felt like I didn't grow up hard, but like mentally I grew up hard. You know what I mean? Like my mom was there, thank God. Like, you know, love mama. You know, definitely mama's boy, I'm not gonna lie. I did get away with some shit. You know what I mean? But I felt like deep down, like I always wanted to see why my mom feared me, like specifically.
Feared you?
Yeah, because she always like, I just knew. I am very, 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 very visual with everything. I read signs. Read signs. I can stare at a person, and I feel like there's like not that I'm saying like I'm just like some fucking type of serial hero and some shit. You know what I mean? No. But you could just tell when someone's going through some shit and they're hiding some shit, especially when someone that's done it for so long. You know what I mean?
You can read the micro.
It takes one sign. It takes one sign.
One movement. Body language.
Yeah, body language.
That shit'll tell you everything.
Like for women, biggest. Oh, you know what? I'm not even gonna. I ain't gonna do it to y'all. I ain't gonna do it to y'all. Straight up, because you know what?
I walk into work. The second I fucking walk into work, they're like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "What the fuck do you mean? I just woke up. I just walked in. I'm tired." And
but you see, like,
sure enough, like something is going on.
It could be it could be the smallest thing. It could be like how you do your hair. It could be even. It can even be you just like talking like this.
Not you reading us.
It could be you talking like this, or you know, it could just be you fixing yourself a certain way. It could be a facial expression, which is like the biggest obvious. But really, like it's about.
I feel observed.
No, but realistically, like if
No, it's true.
as men, like sorry, I feel like I grew up with a lot of women.
Okay.
Okay, like all my cousins were women. All my siblings, like I only had one girl sibling, but she was on my ass all the time. But considering that I was very mama's boy, I was very attached to my nana and my mom. Bless their heart. But like they always told me like, oh, you need to act like this, you need to act like that, you need to act like. For me, like, fuck, why am I having a fright? What's that term? Like gentleman wise, like A1 for me. Like I'll always make sure I walk on the right side of the street. I always make sure that I'll do my best to open her door. Sometimes I slack. Don't get me wrong.
Your manners and shit.
Yeah, like I forgot the other term for it, but
I don't know.
I know you know. I know that you know that I know.
Oh, fucking something is dead. Something is dead.
Exactly.
Fuck, what's the word?
I know, and it's going to bug you and it's going to bug me. But anyways, okay. Manners, guys.
Chivalry.
Yes. Chivalry isn't dead, at least with me. Sorry. So I feel like that's what definitely got my girl's heart. No cap. That and my bike. Shout out motorcycles. But
I'm going to remember that for later.
Yeah. But we'll get to that because I still remember our first day here to the time. To the T. To the T. That was funny. So and it was crazy because like our story is just so fucking wild. But anyways, fuck.
Okay.
So anyways, chivalry's not dead. She taught me the right way, to be a man, to be a respectful man. Don't get me wrong, I have my fuck ups. Was I a dog? Definitely back in the day. Oh yeah, most definitely. And am I proud of that? No. But that's just.
Do you think it was a part of the process?
I wouldn't say it's a part of the process.
What was it?
Of course it is a part of how you're raised and how, I guess, I don't want to say brainwashed.
Do you think it was another thing that you did for comfort?
I feel like it was just something that I found that looked comfortable. So yeah, definitely comfortable.
The grass greener.
Yeah, I was definitely looking for something that'll feed. You know what I mean? And considering that something looked happy for someone, I felt like, well, why not? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And fuck, shout out, sorry to anyone I fucked over, respectfully.
Until you realize the consequences of it all.
Because definitely, like karma's a bitch.
Ooh,
you know what I mean?
She never fails.
And babe, I'm not shouting out exes. No, I love you. Okay, I'm just saying, sorry for me being a dog. Because you know what, like like realistically, like anyone like who's watching it, of course, like if you're a dog, like do it the right way. But like for me, I like at the end of the day, like I felt like I did it the way it needed to be done, I guess you can say, like respectfully wise. Because like for me, I just let it be known like how it was. Like, hey, look, it's just this. That's it.
I mean, yes, that's the best way you could go about it.
And it was fucked up because like I was like hyped about that shit back in the day. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. Like, you get play as a man, like that's like top tier shit. Like every guy's gonna be like, damn, like good shit. You know what I mean? Like that's just men shit. And
and hey, crazy. I'll never understand.
Yeah,
I'll never get it.
Women won't get men shit. Men won't get women shit.
Yeah, and that's just
unless you ask.
And try to understand.
Don't ask a question you don't want answers to. That's all I gotta say.
That part. Cheers to that.
Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to.
Fuck.
Because you're breaking your own heart at that point. But
if you ain't ready, don't ask.
I wouldn't even say if you're ready. I would just say like if you don't want to hear it and you know the answer, just why ask? You already know. I just say get confirmation. That's it. Just get a head nod.
Blink twice.
Fuck. Like fuck, make some type of signal. But yeah, so for me again, I'm very visual. Like with anyone. Like just because like for me, like again, I feel like I'm all vibes. As a person, like I just love to live in a moment. And like
that's good.
I don't know. Like, I just love to live in a moment. I love to have a good time. Don't get me wrong. Like, you'll know now if something's up with me, because I'll make sure you know. You know
how? How do you let it be known?
Just petty. You'll just know. Facial expressions.
Oh, I guess.
Facial expressions. Yeah. I'll be like, bitch, don't talk to me.
I mean, you're already out there as a person. So if you're even like a decibel
lower,
like
back then, I could put on the perfect fucking smile. I could put on the perfect fucking smile. And that was again, like my mom, I still to this day when I was going through some fucking trauma and she knew I was going through some trauma. Like, I'll be like, no, I'm good. She's like, are you sure? I was like, Mom, I'm good. Lying. And I remember, I don't even know who I broke down to. It definitely wasn't my mom though. Cause I felt like for me, I always had to be a bigger man to my mom just because I knew what she went through. at a young age.
You saw she was dealing with so much already. You
'Cause
didn't
what I-
want to be the.
Because my dad definitely was an abuser.
Mhm,
And when I found that out at a young age, it changed my perspective.
mhm.
Because at the end of the day, I love my dad, but you're a piece of shit. You know, but I knew he tried to make things right. But when you go that deep, like, you're kind of fucked. You know, you digged your own hole.
Mhm.
And you have to lay in it now. You know what I mean? And I understood that. And for me, I felt like seeing my brother the way he goes through, seeing any type of men that was in my household, the way what they're doing and how they're doing it, I just felt like I couldn't be like that. I felt like I needed to be better.
Motivated by rage.
Motivated by rage. And it was tough because like I didn't know how to do that at a young age. And it pissed me off. And I just wanted
It
to
was
be
just
there. Like at the end
rage.
of the day, I just wanted to be there for my mom, even though I was still a piece of shit as a young age. You know?
Well, it's like you.
But, like,
you
for
wanna
me,
have
figuring
your
it
life,
out-
Yeah.
And like doing all the no's, even though I might know it's a no, and trying to figure out that, all right, cool, now this is a no, this is a yeah, you know, or rights and wrongs. Sorry, I don't know why I said no, but you got me.
No, yeah.
But overall, like, it was tough. It was tough. Definitely got a lot of no's. Fucked up a lot. But had
That's
fun.
how you learn.
Yeah, had fun. Loved it.
I figured.
Definitely.
Loved it.
Definitely wouldn't change it. Definitely wouldn't change
Do
it.
that shit again.
Yeah.
Right.
I-
Yeah.
Shit. I would.
I'm on the same boat as you. I'm glad I did my time early on instead of now, because I know there's some people who barely started like taking
yeah.
fucking shrooms or some
Yeah.
shit, and
Oh,
now
yeah.
they're
Yeah.
exploring this world. I'm like,
Yeah.
girl, you're in your fucking
Like 40s and shit.
mid.
I'm like, girl, I see your
Yeah.
crow's feet. You rolling with some crow's feet.
You
I never thought I'd see eyes
crazy.
roll with crow's feet.
Where
I'm like, girl, your bags are rolling.
yeah. See, I feel that way sometimes. Your bags are rolling.
I talk my shit, but hey.
Okay. Wait, no, what were you gonna say?
I don't know, I forgot.
Okay, wait. This was we were talking about you being a mama's boy.
Oh yeah.
Not in a bad way.
No, yeah, definitely. If you're
That-
a mama's boy, don't ever be ashamed.
Don't ever be ashamed.
Love your mama, because you never know when the day is. Respectfully.
And
And I learned that the hard way with my father. I've always
Yeah.
like I saw my father when I was like teenage, like here and there, time to time, because like I said, he lived in LA when he used to live in Florida, so he moved out here. And I never had that talk,
What talk?
just that father talk, like that why talk, like why did you do what you did talk.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And I even
Mhm.
like off top, well, not even really off topic, same topic, but I remember, long story short, me and my girl used to kick it. We used to go down PCH all the fucking time. And like, you know, parents came up and, you know, she told me
Okay.
her story. We got really deep into it. And of course, what I went through and all the trauma that I was still going through, I had told her, at the end of the day, like, your mom's your mom's, your dad's your dad. Like, you're going to have that talk because, excuse me, because
Yeah.
you're never going to want to have that what if,
I
or
never had
why.
that talk, you know?
you know, and like not having that talk will fuck you up for life.
Yeah.
It might like relieve your stress because you're like, oh, I don't have to have that talk now. But at the end of the day, you're like, fuck, what if I did have that talk? You know what I mean? That's gonna fuck you up.
Yeah.
And what like really changed me was because I used to have like crazy sleep paralysis back in the day. Like
For how long?
Oh, I don't even know
Wait,
how long it was.
I mean, I used to have it when I was like really young, for like 10.
I was like, it was definitely after my father passed. I was definitely going through a lot of shit,
Oh.
drugs, alcohol, whatever you can think of. And all I remember is the vivid last one I had. And I never had it ever since. And I'm pretty sure I told my girl about it. A lot of people don't know. But yeah, I was going through some crazy ass shit. And my last sleep paralysis, overall was the same shit every day, same shit every night, same shit all the time. It was just something holding me down, just fucking deadlock looking at me. And I knew it was just looking at me, like without even seeing the eyes. I just saw a shadow. And I just didn't know what it was. And then my last one was the same exact thing, but it was me holding me down. And it broke me because it was just like me holding in my feelings.
That's crazy.
Like, fuck, I can break down right now. But it was me holding in my feelings. It was me holding in like all the trauma, all the shit that I've been through. And it finally like it let me go.
You saw.
It let me go.
Oh, it's
It let me
me.
go. And like, I didn't stand up. I just kind of like stood up a little bit off my bed. And like, it just faded away. And back then in my room that I used to live at my mom's house, like there was always like a prayer like on my door, my closet door. And it like that's where it faded away to, because my door was open and it just faded into the prayer. So ever since then, like I saw that prayer and I knew like, all right, like it wasn't like, I feel like it wasn't a sign from God, you know what I mean? And that's a whole different topic, you know, but like for me, I just felt like I just knew I had to get my shit together. And this wasn't, I took it as in like, this is not your time. Get your shit together. Because if you go down this road, you're probably going to end up like 6 feet under. And after that day, like I picked up my shit and I got back in school. Well, not that I like didn't go to school, but
no, yeah,
like,
you took it more seriously.
Yeah, I took it more seriously. I faced my fears, and it was crazy because I remember that was around my 11th grade year, and that's when I finally played ball. And I'm like the biggest baseball person. When I grew up, like I played baseball since I was like 4 all the way up to now. Like that's why I'm sore as shit. Because I had a game this morning.
Oh, you're still playing.
So I'm still playing, you know, still in love. But again, that's another trauma because back then, like I always thought that like if I played a sport that my father loved, he'd come see me. And that was part of the reason why I played.
He loved baseball?
Yeah, he loved baseball. So, you know, like considering that I played, I felt like, damn, maybe he'd come, you know? But yeah, like still play baseball to this day. Caesar definitely plays with me too. Shout out Caesar again. But yeah, shit was crazy. That sleep paralysis really fucked me up.
That's really crazy that
and
you
like
say
to be honest,
like
I don't know how long it was. But I like for me it's crazy because like everyone goes through it different. You know, everyone has a different message, or even if it is a message, or really, you know what I mean? Who knows? You know?
Well, the way that you just explained to me right now reminded me of like my sister, because she would have these like daily fucking nightmares of this chick just standing in the corner, the same one, long hair, just like white, creepy bullshit. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, dog? That like you see this bitch it's the same thing, and she's always in the corner. But then later, and this was probably like a year ago or maybe 2 years ago, that she told me some shit that she was aware of in her childhood, and I'm like, and then you saying that, it's like, fuck, is that thing that she has been holding on to for all these years that she's just hid in the fucking corner, and it's her brain just like fucking turning it into a thing of like, this has now not only manifested into a thing that you shouldn't be holding on to, but it's something that's gonna fucking attack you even in your sleep. Yo,
it's mentally, bro.
The brain is such a crazy fucking thing.
What's crazy is because I don't recall who I showed it to, but after my sleep paralysis went away, I actually saw my father's ghost.
Shut the fuck up.
No cap. Like,
oh, I'm gonna cry.
Like I wish I could go back and like really save the picture that I made. But I had took a picture because there's only one picture to this day that I have now. But there's only one picture that I have that I have a picture with him, and the only one I have is when I was a baby, and I hold on to that to dear life. But I took that picture. I took a picture of a picture, and at first I thought it was a reflection. Okay, because like so basically it was like my fan was in the background, right? And of course like the lights and shit like that like reflect off glass. But how I took the picture was at an angle. So, of course, you kind of saw the fan in the light.
Okay.
But the light was coming, like the fan light was in a corner.
Yeah.
And his ghost was on the other corner.
So like, there's no way some reflection.
And like, dude, like I tried to recreate it 1,000 times. And the same exact spot, I can still put my feet on the same exact wood that I fucking drew out for like a week long trying to figure out and depict it. And I just knew it. I was like, fuck, like. That's what I knew. Like I had to release whatever I had within.
I don't know why this makes me so emotional. Like I can't stop crying.
It's trauma.
It's just like,
but yeah, dude, like that shit fucked me up. And like I knew, like, all right, cool, like I have days. Like not even days, but like I knew, like, damn, rebuild.
It's growth.
Yeah.
It's growth, little by little.
Like, I knew I had to let go of something that I couldn't keep hold on to because there was, like, not that there wasn't a point, but it was like I had to let go because it was like, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you have to move on.
No, you have to
keep pushing.
And you know what's beautiful is like he's there to witness it. And then once you finally let it go, like, there was space for him to move in.
Of course.
And it had to be, like, him out of his body in order to, like...
tell
because
you.
like his physical body had so much trauma and all these things that kept him away from it.
Of course.
It wasn't until he was in his pure form that he was
Yeah.
able to like meet you in the middle of
And
where
he was
you're
like,
at.
fuck, like, I'm sorry. You know? Well, I mean, I wouldn't say sorry, but hopefully.
No, I mean,
like,
yeah.
hopefully. Like,
Yeah.
hopefully, fuck.
That's like, hey, my bad.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yo,
Yeah.
I'll see you, you know?
Exactly.
Like, you know, but
it's just that. I see you.
yeah, but yeah, like a lot of
Beautiful.
people, fuck, I really don't know. And damn, this was like back in like, ooh, like my high school days, you know what I mean? And like I was like, fuck, like that fucked me up. Like it fucked me up hard. Like I think that was like one of the first days I probably bawled out that night. And I remember because like I had like mad scars like on my hand. Cause like I held like my sister had gave me like a collage pictures of like all my dad. And I held that. Like I still have it to this day. And I remember like that night I just fucking like in anger, I just squeezed it and I broke the glass on my hand. And like it fucked me up that day. It fucked me up that night. But after that, I never had sleep paralysis to this day because I've never wished that upon anyone. That shit sucks.
It's fucking terrifying.
That shit sucks. But yeah, trauma. Fuck.
Trauma, your brain, the way that you process things,
Mentally,
like,
everything.
it's just processing in
Yeah.
general. If we don't process it, it goes somewhere.
Yeah, it's gonna go somewhere tucked in, and eventually it's gonna come out. Whether if it's anger, like I still have a lot of anger in me. And even to this day, like, because of course, like, you know, as you know, my son has autism and shit like that. And we get a lot of side comments and shit like that. And I don't care, you know, because I always tell my girl, I'm like, dude, just pick and choose your battles. Like,
where do you draw the line?
It's funny that you say some shit like that. Because, like I said, I'm fucking petty, bro. I'm fucking petty. But you know what? Like, it's funny because the other day, an altercation happened. It wasn't like really crazy, but we were at Target, and of course, like my son had spurts, because you just never really know what autism. And shout out to all the autism kids. We love you. You guys aren't different. People just don't understand you.
Yeah.
But like he had like his little breakdown because he wanted something. I forgot what. You know what? To be honest, I really don't even remember. I have like Dory brain. Like, I don't remember what happened. I just remember the altercation. But like Masen was crying and like this lady was just making like some really ugly stank faces. And like for me, I'm just like, whatever, like make your stank face. You know what I mean? And even my girl was just like, is this bitch like really making some stank faces? And I even told she was so focused on her, she didn't even hear me talk to her. And I had told her like, look, dude, like it's not that deep. Like pick and choose your like that bitch was on go. She's like, say something. Even if she breathed, like if she took a breath, like it was probably like ding, 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 ding. While Masen was still crying, probably looking at her like fucking stupid, you know? But yeah, like, and it was funny because I had told her to chill, and then I was the one that snapped. Because like I guess like the cashier had told her something. She was like, I can't hear because I can't concentrate. And she was trying to use a card. And I was like, bitch, you don't know how to swipe a card or what? Like, how old are you, bitch? How long have you had this shit?
Excuse me. I didn't realize you needed a fucking environment to pay for some shit.
I was like, if I could really be judgmental, I was like, bitch, you trying to buy a bottle of EBT right now. Get the fuck out of here. You're at Target.
Oh, you should have said that.
You know what I mean? I'm like, bitch, like, if it's really bugging you, like, do you know Target has pickup now? Like, you could, like, order it online. Like, I'm sorry you can't put your, I'm sorry you can't put your EBT on Apple Pay, bitch.
What did she say?
Nothing. She was like, I was like,
exactly.
Get the fuck out of here, bitch. Like, fuck out of here. My girl was like, like, she was laughing about it because she was just like, no way you said that shit. And like, for me, like, it takes a lot. It takes a lot for me to like snap. But like, when I snap, like, people know, like, oh shit. At least like whoever knows me, if I snap, it's like, fuck.
It's because you're out of line.
Because I'm out of line. Yeah.
Well, not you.
But not me. But like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But like, don't get me wrong. Like, pride, okay? If I think I'm right, I know I'm right. All right? But if you prove me wrong, I'll apologize. Most definitely. I'll bite my tongue. I'm like, you know what? Okay. I'm sorry. But if I know I'm right, I'm just like, are you done? Are you done? Because, bitch, you about to get it. You know? But yeah, like yeah, it takes a lot. You know, I pick and choose my battles, and I'm just like, you're not worth it. You're not really worth my time.
Yeah.
Like, there's people out there that just like
we have limited amount of energy.
Exactly. I'm like, bitch, I gotta go home and deal with like some autism kid. Like, you really think I want to fucking sock your ass right now?
I'm not even gonna give you a fucking point of
For
my
real.
energy.
I will though, backhand real
But I
quick.
could.
You know, I'll just backhand you, let my girl handle it. But yeah, our story's crazy.
I know, and I fucking wish I could hear
no.
more of it.
Nah,
but we got 4 minutes.
I'll cut it short.
No. What?
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
then. No. What are you gonna ask? What are you gonna ask? Because I felt like you were gonna ask the story. I felt like you were gonna ask the story.
I was gonna go bonus round and ask you a bunch of questions. So before I do that, what were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna just break down our whole relationship.
Do it.
No, I'm gonna go with the questions because my shit.
I want to hear this. I got twisted tea. You got some tea.
So it was funny because, long story short, we both went through the same exact shit at the same exact time. Okay, and really, to be honest, like, I found her on Twitter. Yeah, fucking.
She told me, I'm like, what do you mean?
Twitter.
I don't even know how Twitter works.
It's fucking X right now, you know, but for a reason. But back then it was Twitter, it was vibing, it was live.
Okay.
But I didn't even follow her, to be honest. I was like,
How did you find the thing that she posted?
It's funny. Okay, so
I know.
For me, not gonna lie, I had just got out of a relationship. She had just got out of a long relationship. Fuck, I was with this chick for like most of my high school. I've really had like only real like a good solid 3 loves, really. Like, and my girl being the 3rd.
And long-term relationship.
And long-term. I don't consider that much shit like relationship. If you consider that shit a relationship, you have problems. No offense. Full offense. But like, for me, it was just more or less of like, I didn't even follow her on Twitter. I think I followed her friend, who I don't even fucking know. I think I was just like, as any guy will do. Don't lie.
Okay.
So she had retweeted something. It came out of my For You. I retweeted back. After that, it was like conversation. So I was like, cool. Like, I'm corny, cheesy, whatever the fuck you want to call it, a bitch, whatever. I said, what's up? Like, we talked. I was like, look, like, I'm not trying to get at you. It was just like, look, we had similar situations that we didn't even know about. And I was just like, look, I just want to get to know you. That's it. Like, if you want to talk, let's talk. That was it.
And she was down.
Yeah, she was down. She replied.
Aww.
I said, and reeled that motherfucker in, let me tell you. And I locked in.
Love it.
So whatever that happened, we talked for I don't know, like a couple weeks. First day we met, I picked her up at her dad's house in LA. I forgot the streets, but it's somewhere in LA. Busted a fucking fat mission. I didn't even have a fucking car. Okay.
How'd you do it?
So I had
we love effort.
Another long story short, with my ex, I had a Beamer 3 Series. I put a lot of fucking money into. That's why I was in debt. And then like an old OG Toyota Camry that lasted me forever. Miss her. But both I left on some savage shit. I sent that Beamer with her because I knew it was gonna have some problems on some petty shit. Because I was like, fuck you. And then I kept the Camry because I was old, reliable. And then that shit broke down on me. The only thing I had was my motorcycle at the time. I told homegirl, I was like, yo, like, I only got a bike. You know what I mean? I was like, bitch, not a bicycle. I was like, I don't have a motorcycle, all right? I was like, if you want,
bike.
Yeah. They'd be like, oh, bicycle? How you gonna get over here? It's 3 hours long, you know? But I was like, look, like, I have a motorcycle. That's all I got. Like, if you want, like, I'm not telling you to hop on my shit. No Diddy, but actually full Diddy, because, you know.
But I just have one last question because this is what I asked Marissa and I wanted to ask you. I mean, there's a couple things I wanted to ask.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
But what is some advice that you would give to other parents who also have autistic children?
Fuck.
Okay.
I'm not even. It's hard. Like, let alone like having your first kid be autistic is a fucking challenge. Because as you know, as any parents know, babies don't come with handbooks. Babies don't come with manuals. You learn that shit. It doesn't matter how much advice any other parent gave you. At the end of the day, you're going to go through your own shit, and you're going to go through your own shit hard. Because you're going to raise your kid how you want to raise your kid, and it's going to probably not going to end up being like that. You know what I mean? But day by day, breath by breath. Mm. Like, again, like I feel like I broke some trauma, you know, at least with my kid. And it took me a long time. I'm not even gonna lie. It took me a long time because there's times I wanted to snap. Like fucked up wise, like it hurts me even now, like but there's times I wanted to spank him, you know what I mean? There's times I wanted to do this, wanted to do that, but I needed to understand that, like, not only was he a baby, but he was autistic. He definitely doesn't understand.
He doesn't know.
And at the end of the day, it's like a breather, because there's always hope. And at the end of the day, there's like you just have to really be motivated. You have to do what you can, because really, like, depending on how far, because of course autism runs in many, 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 many factors. And really, like, being on the spectrum is crazy. And I don't think I've ever learned more, like, as an adult about, like, kids than I did with someone that has autism.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, me personally, like, no shade, but having an autism kid is way different. Way, way, way different than having, like, a normal kid. And that's fucked up to say. It's fucked up to say.
I mean, it's just
because
facts.
You know what? Like, don't get me wrong, all kids are the same. They, but going through that, it's like telling, in my opinion, it's funny because I told my girl this the other day. Not the other day, but a while ago. Any kid that comes to an adult and they're like, hey, like, why is he like that? Especially my son. I specifically tell them, like, oh, like, have you watched Lilo and Stitch? And they're like, oh, yeah, I love that movie. I'm like, okay, he's Stitch. You're Lilo. Like, you're teaching him how to be kind.
Ah, I love that.
Like, you are drawing his color so that way he understands what you feel.
Yeah.
You're trying to understand him as you're coloring. He's Stitch. Like, you're Lilo. That's the best advice, at least for kids, in my opinion, that I can give. Especially if you guys are Disney fans, which I feel like my generation is crazy Disney. But
Disney adults, yeah.
That's the best thing, in my opinion. That's how I break it down to kids.
Okay.
But you just gotta find a level head where they can understand you, because of course kids don't understand. They're gonna think that he's some fucking type of psycho, she's some type of psycho. You know what? Psycho is a hard word. I'm so sorry, but it's more or less of like right. he's not normal. You know what I mean? And of course, like, having an autistic kid, like, he's not. And you just got to get
somewhere in the middle.
There's somewhere in the middle where they can understand. And my best explanation is Lilo and Stitch, because Stitch was fucking crazy. And you know what? Like, shout out to Lilo. Because they took my little homie in, and you know what? They said, like, nah, you family. And I love that.
You may be crazy, but you family.
Exactly. I love that. He had 4 arms, but you're crazy.
I love that. All right. Any last words?
That's it. To be honest, everyone's the same. Pick and choose your battles. Live life on the edge. You know what I mean? And just fuck. Like, it's hard. Life always be life, and it doesn't matter. Whatever you're going through, just know that you're gonna get out of it. There's the end of a tunnel, and even after that tunnel, there's gonna be another tunnel.
Yeah, that should never end.
That should never end.
It never ends.
But at the end of the day, if you can make something out of nothing, then
you'll always be okay.
Yeah, you'll always be okay. It doesn't matter who's in your circle, who's by your side, as long as like, of course, like, you're gonna meet mad people. You're gonna meet bad people. You're gonna meet good people. You're gonna meet good people that turn into bad people. But you got to take everything that you see, everything that you learn as a lesson. And at the end of the day, it's like, that's life. As long as I live day by day, I'm healthy, I could provide. That's all you need. As long as you have a house over your head, it doesn't matter if you're providing for yourself, you're providing for family. If you're in the fucking trenches, if you're in Section 8, homie, you still got a fucking house over your head. You did something for yourself. Mm-hmm. Look your head up high. Count your blessings. You're alive. You're healthy, hopefully. But
count the small wins.
Count the small wins. Small wins add up to a big win. Because at the end of the day, like, you're looking for that big win, but sometimes that big win don't come to you.
No, it comes in the small ones.
It comes in the small ones. You might have a breakout where you get to the big wins, but it took the small to get to the big. You know what I mean? It's a marathon.
And cheers to that. To the fucking marathon.
We're the fucking turtles. We're not the rabbit.
Cheers. And on that note, I love you, friends. Bye.